Today actually I downloaded the RHL file.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I think shouldn't be any problem after that.
Okay.
Um,
Let's me. Uh, I will repeat it again. Okay. So I don't want any problem in this, especially in this yum server, because if your yum is not configured, you will not be able to configure any server, whether it is telnet, ssh, ftp, any server. You will not be able to configure anyone. Okay.
okay,
But before that, I will also show you how to install a Red Hat Linux in graphical. Okay.
okay,
So we will also see how to install RHEL5 in a graphical way, and we will also learn how to provide password security, disk-based password security on your Linux machine. Okay.
okay,
As well as grub security on your Linux machine during installation. Okay. So let's have a look. If you can see my screen, let's have a look. Okay.
yeah, I can see your screen. Yes.
So I'm just clicking on new, and I just want here RHEL 5.4. I am giving RHEL 5.4 disk security. Okay.
Okay,
So I am giving this name RHEL 5.4 disk security or RHEL 5 disk security. Okay. This is my
okay,
32-bit version. So I have selected the version 132-bit and then click on next. See, my total RAM is 16 GB, and out of 16 GB, I am going to allow 4 GB. It's not necessary for you, but I am allotting 4 GB to this Linux machine. Click on next, create, next, next, and here I am going to allot 28 GB to my Red Hat Linux machine and click on create. And now go to settings as we do. Go to system, remove this floppy drive, make a hard disk first bootable device. Then go to storage, click on empty, go to right side, click here and choose your ISO file. So
um,
mine, so my,
ये 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 वाला हम डन पहले किया हुआ है हमने ये वाला तो
yeah. I am showing you the graphical version, okay,
ठीक है.
with disk security.
हाँ.
So we have selected Archel 5, and then we have
आप
selected.
ये बोल रही इंग्लिश का बोल रही क्या बात
It's okay, just
है.
just in flow, you know. The previous session I have done on English, that's why.
नहीं आप हिंदी बोलिए कोई बात नहीं.
Okay. Okay. So you can see, आप देख सकते हो, we have to select this one. The
जी.
network one is bridge adapter, okay?
हाँ बहुत
And
अच्छा.
then click on OK. Then click on start.
ठीक है.
Now the installation begin. Click to scale mode, maximize this screen. Now see, if you want to install in graphical mode, just press enter. If you want to install in text mode, you have to print Linux space text. But here I want to install in GUI mode, means graphical user interface mode or graphical mode. So just press enter for graphical mode. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want graphical mode, just press enter. If you want text mode, you already know how to install in text mode. Just press Linux space text if you want in text mode installation.
Yeah.
Now you can see the driver is loading. Skip the CD test. और आपको पता है we don't want the CD test.
Yeah. ये सब कुछ तो हमने वैसे किया हुआ है और मैंने कर भी लिया ये वाला सारा.
Yes, I know.
जो इसके बाद था ना वो
I know what you know. That's just watch carefully, okay?
या skip entering installation
Yeah.
number.
Skip one. Yes.
Yes.
Now from here, be careful, okay? Now we are
Yeah.
going to select the create custom layout.
Yes.
Click on next, okay?
Yes.
Now click on new, and then here we will select a slash boot
Slash
partition
boot. Yes.
for 100 MB, and it will not be encrypted. Now again I am going to create another partition. Suppose it will be slash, and that will be up approx 22
16.
GB.
अच्छा 22
22.
करना है.
I have so
ठीक
many
है.
space, so I have taken 22 GB. Okay.
Okay.
Now select. I have to select this option, encrypt. Can you
Hmm.
see this last option, encrypt?
Yeah. Encrypt.
So
Yes.
if you select this option, encrypt, your disk will be encrypted. So just click on OK, and you can see a lock symbol. in front of dev SDA2 partition.
जी.
You can see we have two partition, dev SDA1 and dev SDA2. In front of dev SDA2, you can see the lock signal. Lock signal means this partition has been locked, means encrypted with a password. Okay.
जी.
But we have not yet provided password. After few steps, it will ask for the password. Then we click on next. Yes. Now you can see it's asking for a passphrase. Remember, what has it written? Choose a passphrase for your encrypted device. Okay.
जी. जी.
You will be prompted for the passphrase during system boot. It means whenever you boot the system, you need this passphrase, and this password is not for your user password. This is not your user password. Actually, this is your disk password. Okay.
This password है. जी.
Your complete disk is protected by this password. So just type the password. Remember, also remember, you must have 8-character password. Okay.
हाँ जी, लास्ट टाइम हमने 8 किया था, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Okay, and then click on OK, and you have provided the encrypted password. Now I am going to show you the another password, how to apply the bootloader password, or you can say the grub password. Okay.
जी.
So you can see that a bootloader password prevents user from changing option passed to the kernel. For greater system security, it is recommended that you set a password. Okay.
Okay.
So let's set the password. So I will just use this option, use the bootloader password. When you click on this, it will ask you for the password. Now this password is different than the previous password. Okay.
Okay.
This password belongs to your
grub password.
Grub password. Okay. Bootloader password. That but previous one was the disk password. So I am giving the grub password. Suppose 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5, and click on OK. Like to continue with this password? Yes. Okay. So the grub password has been protected. So we have already implemented the 2 passwords. Now click on next, and you can see the time zone here. From here I will select my time zone. So mine is India Calcutta. So I click on India Calcutta, Asia Calcutta on my map, and then click on next. Now again the third password. So this password is user password, our root password. So I'm just typing the root password, Red Hat. Okay. Next. Okay. And then click on next. Then click on next. Okay. And the installation begin. This installation step will take 2 to 3 minutes depending upon your hardware configuration. How much RAM you have assigned to your virtual machine, what is your processor, okay, how much RAM you have, what is the version of your RAM, DDR3, DDR4, DDR, whatever RAM you are using, which generation processor you are using. You are using Core i7 first generation, second generation, third generation, 10th generation, which generation. So everything matters, and the timing will be different for different machines. So it will be different for my machine, and it will also be different for your machine.
Yes.
But you can see the all these 3 securities are so simple. Whether it is a grub password, your hard disk password, or your user password. After that, after we installing this one, I will show you the YUM configuration, how to use your everything software as a web server or FTP server, and using your everything software, you can configure your machine to be used as a YUM server. Now let's see. I am going to my Windows machine since this installation is going on. So minimize this one. Okay.
Okay.
And at the same time, I am going to my Windows machine, and I have everything installed. So I just open my everything, go to tools, and I have already started HTTP server. So I have just selected the HTTP server. Okay. And then I go to option, and I check that whether username and password has been allotted or not. So there is no username and password. So don't need to worry. It's good. Now Now, if you have firewall, so I will disable the firewall. So you can use this one or you can use this one, Windows plus R key, okay? And you can type here firewall.cpl and then go to, you can go just turn Windows features all off and turn off Windows firewall, okay?
Okay.
Then click on OK. Now your Windows firewall is off. Now go to your Windows again and see your IP address. So the IP address of my Windows machine is, I will show you, 192.168.29.112. Okay.
Okay.
I am seeing the Ethernet adapter IP because I am connected. This this machine is connected with a LAN card. Okay.
अच्छा, चलो अब हिंदी बोलते हैं.
Okay. Okay. So now it will work perfectly. अभी अच्छे से काम करेगा. Just wait. No, I am just using English because no, if I use English, this will help many of my students. If
नहीं
someone,
नहीं, हिंदी भी बड़ी अच्छी आती है मुझे. इंग्लिश भी कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन हिंदी आई लाइक हिंदी. इट्स ओके. सारा दिन अंग्रेजी बोलते हैं यार. हिंदी बोलते हैं.
okay, हिंदी बोलते
आज
हैं.
कल भी बाहर था सारा दिन. आज भी बाहर था मैं. काम करवाने थे 5-7. वही कंपनी वाले काम होते हैं जो.
बहुत सारा काम कर रहे हो आप.
बड़ा सिर घुमा पड़ा है बड़ा बुरी तरह. थोड़ी देर पहले मैं सो गया था, अभी उठा हूँ.
चलिए हो गया. Our installation is up, almost not complete, almost completed. Yes, just need to reboot the system. Reboot, reboot means restart. Same thing.
Yeah.
Either reboot or restart, the same thing. Now you see, it will ask, the system will not boot. Actually, it will ask
but
you
this
for the password.
disk password. Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be our disk password, not the grub password, neither the root password. It will ask for our disk password, and if you type the correct password, then you will be allowed to boot your system.
जब भी शुरू होता है तो वो always asking for disk
Yeah.
password. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right. And if the password is right, it will show you the command successful. Command successful means actually
Yeah.
your password is correct and you have been allowed to log into your system. That's all.
ठीक है. हाँ, मेरा सभी ऐसा ही आता है जैसे आप कर रहे हैं ना अभी.
Yeah. Now you have the problem after this one, that you are not able to configure YUM. Okay. So I am going to fix that YUM server issue. So if you want, you can disable your firewall from here. Okay. It's depending on your choice. If you want to disable. Okay. If SLAN is enforcing mode, if you want, you can disable it from here also. Yes. And then just forward. No, I prefer to register at later time. Forward. No thanks, I will connect later. Forward. No need to create user. Just forward. Continue. Forward. Finish. And that's all. Now the installation has been completed, and you will be prompted after reboot. You will be prompted as login and work, whether at command line or you can use as a graphical mode, because in graphical mode both supported. There is support for both GUI plus CLI.
जी.
चलिए वेट करते हैं थोड़ा सा.
ठीक है.
Again, I am going back to home on the Sahara.
Okay. Yeah, I tried a lot yesterday, but didn't work out for me. फिर उसके बाद मैंने कुछ और करना शुरू कर दिया था फिर कमेंट्स में.
कोई बात नहीं, आज सब हो जाएगा. जो भी प्रॉब्लम है सारे सॉल्व हो जाएंगे आज. I already have told you that if you have any problem means if you have any problem regarding no, that you have facing a difficulty on particular topic, you can just WhatsApp me and I will
Yeah,
create a specialized video on that particular topic so that
yeah,
you
it
will not
was
get
very
lost.
good videos. Yeah, one in Hindi, one in English, but was very good videos.
Now let's see. We have already used everything in Windows. Now you can use your this command line terminal or you can use your graphical browser, okay?
Mm.
For downloading
Okay.
this, for downloading your that ISO file. So what is the IP address of your Windows machine? 192.168.29.112. Okay.
Okay. जो मेरे वाला था उसमें था 168.0.12.
Whatever is doesn't matter. This will be different for different machine because my ISP is different than yours. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm using Geo5 or you are using some another companies. Okay. And now from here you can just search RCL5 and then star.iso ISO file. And I find
Mm.
that my ISO file is here. So I just click here. So it will ask you for the download. Okay, so just wait. Now it's asking to save file. So just click on the second option, save file, and then click on OK. And
अच्छा
once you click,
आज मेरा सेव भैया हो गया ये वाला सेव आज अभी थोड़ी देर
uh,
पहले अभी कर लिया मैंने
okay,
सेव ये या
okay. Now I will show the later after that option.
या
What we need to configure after that after downloading. Okay.
ओके
So after downloading, we need to configure yum. So we need to actually mount this.
यस
Okay. So I will show you how to mount and where to mount. So actually this will be downloaded on my desktop. Okay. So you can see this, sorry, CD desktop. And when you type ls, you will see that ISO file will be downloaded here. Just wait for 40 seconds. And after 40 seconds, your file will be here. If you want to watch monitoring, live monitoring, you can run this command, watch ls-lh. And you can see the size, live size of the file. You can see 2.1 GB,
या
2.2 GB. So in this way you can also live monitor your files and folders and their sizes. Okay.
तो माउंट करने का फिर उसके बाद माउंट स्पेस हाइफन जीरो लूप करके
No, not zero. That is hyphen o. Okay, I will show you.
हाइफन ओ यस हाइफन ओ यस
So yes, the file has been downloaded. So just close this one. Downloading complete. Close this one and close this one too. And I am going to make it a little bit larger for you so that you can watch this clearly. And if you can see the size of RHL5 ISO file is 2.8 GB. Okay.
2.8 G
Now actually I am going to mount it. So how to mount it? Mount hyphen o loop and the name of the file to
या
/mnt folder. Okay.
यस
Now this whole ISO file has been extracted inside the /mnt folder. So you can go inside, see this /mnt, and when you go inside there, you will see so many files and folders here.
यस यस
Out of these files and folder, we just need this server folder. Okay.
ओके
I am going to copy this server folder. So cp-rb and the server folder. Remember the S of that server will be always capital. Okay.
ओके
Because I want to copy this to root directory, so I will just give in the path that copy this server folder to root directory or root folder. That's all. The copy is in progress.
ठीक है recursive okay
Yeah. So once the file will be copied, we just need to create a file, and repo file, a.repo file, no, okay.
okay
But I will show you actually where you have to create that repo file. That is also important, okay.
okay
It is not only important part is that you have created that repo file. No, creating a repo file is no more important, but where you have to create that repo file, that is more important. Okay.
okay
And how you have written the lines inside that particular repo file. The name of that repo file could be anything: abcd.repo, xyz.repo, a.repo, b.repo, c.repo, satish.repo, whatever. Okay, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. The name of the repo file doesn't matter, but the extension must be .repo. The lines inside that file must be correct. Okay, remember,
Okay.
Linux is case sensitive. Case sensitive means if you are using a small character in place of a capital, it will not work. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see which is the, after copying the server folder to root, which server we going to play the, or which file is going to play the roles. So first of all, you have to go inside this one, etc yum.repos.d folder. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the repository folder. So you can see the path again. I am running pwd to show you the exact folder, etc/yum.repos.d. This is the folder, and inside this folder already there is a repo file. You can
Yeah.
see RHEL debug info.repo file. Already there is a repo file. Okay. But we don't
Yeah.
need this one. This one is by default one. We have to create our own repository because we have just copied the server folder on my root directory. So just create a repo file using vim. So vim a.repo, and inside this you have to just type the name of the repository, and that
Insert.
is a, and then base URL. This is the most important line, base URL. Where is your URL? Means where is your all files? All files are
Root.
inside /root
Root
slash
slash
server.
server.
So remember, this S will be capital. Okay.
Yes.
If this will be small, it will not work. So this is the point to be noted. So base
Yeah.
URL, your this, and then GPG check is equal to 0, and that's all. Save this file. GPG check is equal to 0 means we have not purchased. Since we have not purchased the license key, we are not going to use the original key. Okay.
So this is the meaning of GPG.
Yeah, we told our operating system that during installation of every package, please don't check for the key. Okay.
Okay.
Because actually we have not purchased this key. Let's save this file, and that's all done. Clear this screen and go to anywhere in your system. Okay, you can also check your IP address. Your IP address is 192.168.29.2. So this, on this machine, yum is configured. Let's see, yum install a Python. Okay, so you can see the package installation has been started, right?
Yes. Right.
So it means our yum has been properly configured on this system. So you have seen how easy it is to configure yum. And once you configure yum, you can configure anything. Suppose you want to configure telnet. Let me show you. Yum install telnet. Yum install telnet -wiper. Yes. And that's all. Your telnet server has been also installed on this machine. And once you configure telnet, you have to go to its configuration file. The configuration file of your telnet is yum vim etc giant/telnet, and you have to go inside this file, and the only change you have to make is you have to make disable is equal to
No.
no,
No.
and that's all. Just save this file, restart the service giant restart. You know this thing. Every time you make any changes to the configuration file of the particular server, you have to restart the service of that particular server. Okay.
Okay.
And the service for telnet is giant td. So just run this command. Okay. If you want to make it permanent, just run this command, check config giant td on. Okay.
Okay.
And I know your name, so I am going to add your name. User add Amar. So I am creating a user named Amar. I am going to assign a password to Amar user. Amar. I am giving the same name. There is a password. So the password for Amar is also Amar. I have mentioned. Okay.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, this is my 29.2 is my Linux machine. So I can log in from my Windows machine to this Linux machine using telnet. So I have to go to the command prompt, open the command prompt, and you can make, and just if you want to make colorful command prompt, you can just type color A, and you can see your command prompt color has been changed. Windows. so that you can differentiate. And now I am typing the IP address of my Linux machine. Telnet IP address of my Linux machine is asking for login name. Login name is Amar. Password is also Amar. And you can see I am logging to my Linux machine now. Okay.
Mm.
Now from
Okay.
here you can also shift to as a root user. How to shift from normal user to root user? Just use su dash dash root. Okay. Can
SU dash root.
no su single dash and space root. Okay.
ठीक है.
You can see. So you can give the password of the root user and the Red Hat, and now you can see you are a root user.
Mm.
Okay.
SU means
Switch user. Switch user. Okay.
straight user.
Switch.
Switch user. Okay.
Switch. SWITCH.
Switch. Okay.
Switch user means from one user to no, we're switching from Linux to Windows or switching from Windows to
Yeah.
Linux. That is
Switch. Okay. Switch user. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So I am shifting from as a non-root user to root user, and you can see I am on this. Now I am from my Windows machine. I normally log into the normal user, and then I log into. And when you type here who, it will show you that someone is logging from our user to this machine 112. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see 112 IP is logging to your system from our user. So the admin can see who is logging to his system because
Yeah.
right now we have not used any proxy. Okay.
Okay.
And at the same time, for the web security or for the web configuration, if you want to configure your system as a web, you can use yum install httpd. Yum install httpd-y. So what will happen? This will install the web server package on your Linux machine. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the web server package on your Linux machine. After installing this yum server web server package or HTTPD package, you have to go inside this folder cd var www html. Actually, this is the path of the web server. Okay, this is the actual by default path of the web server. It means
Yeah.
if you have a file and you want to keep that file inside any folder, this is the folder where you have to keep the file. Okay,
Okay.
for web hosting. Okay. So
Okay.
suppose I am a website designer and I have designed a file. So I am going to create a file index.html here. Okay.
Okay.
I am just writing, hi, this site is in progress. Okay. Saved it. Okay.
Mm.
And after this, restart the service httpd restart, only these lines, and then the service has been started. Okay. Now
Okay.
you can go to your Windows machine and check that whether this service is running or not. So I am going to my Windows machine. I have opened the Chrome browser and I am typing the IP address of my Linux server 192.168.29.2, and you can see
Mm.
I am able to see the content which I have hosted on my Linux machine. Hi, this site is in progress. So once
Yeah.
you have done this, you are able to fix this also. Okay.
Okay.
So this is not going to be tough. And if you have configured yum, if you have configured telnet, and if you have configured HTTPD, then you can easily configure telnet proxy. As I have already taught you how to configure
Yeah.
telnet proxy. Okay. And then you can also configure web proxy, and then you can also configure everything like gen proxy also in the same way.
ठीक है.
Okay, because if you are using more than one proxy, that's simple. That is also a proxy, but that will be known as chain proxy.
Yeah.
Suppose you know how to ride a bike, but if you are riding more than one bike, then it is known as multi-riding.
Right.
Same thing. Okay. The riding process is same, so the configuration process for proxy server is same.
ठीक है.
Only thing change will be you have more than one proxy server. You must have more than one proxy server. Now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. In the previous session you have done or whatever you are feeling doubt.
Correct.
I have tried my best to make it clear for you that you not feel
Yeah.
any error during installation, during hard disk security, during grub security, during password security, or during yum configuration or telnet configuration or web server.
Yeah. Something had a problem with the yum configuration and Telnet. So that will be fixed now.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
ठीक है भैया.